Hi guys, today I just wanted to talk about basically trauma and how to heal your trauma. Me being a trauma survivor, um, I have firsthand experience with this. So get your notepad out or get your phone out, whatever you want to do. Put this in your notes. I'm going to give you three very specialized therapies that will help you overcome your trauma. Okay, and do it in the quickest way possible. So the first one is trauma therapy. You want to make sure you get some kind of specialized trauma therapy. I'm not talking about just going to any regular counselor. I'm talking about going to an actual trauma therapy program or get into a trauma therapy program. So you want to do this because what you're going to get with that you're not going to get with just a regular counselor. A lot of regular counselors, they focus on cognitive behavioral therapy, talk therapy. They talk you through whatever problems you're going through. But with trauma specific therapy, you're going to get a whole bunch more than that. You're going to go over grief. Okay. You're going to go over different topics. You're going to go over codependency. Sorry about that, guys. You're going to go over codependency. You're going to go over, you're going to do some inner child work. You're going to do parts therapy, which is also known as internal family systems therapy. You're going to go over red flags. You're even going to go into narcissism, okay? There's a lot of different topics that you will cover doing a specialized trauma informed program. Now, number two, write this down, okay? Number two is EMDR therapy. And I've talked about this before on one of my lives, or not my lives, on one of my videos here. EMDR is also known as eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. It helps your brain to reprocess distressing traumatic memories and reduce emotional distress. It involves bilateral stimulation of the brain. You're either using paddles or you do special eye movements, okay? This is really going to help you if you have trauma. And you're going to see very fast results. You're going to notice changes within your first session. So after your first session, you're already going to start seeing shifts and changes and things happening. You might have some crazy dreams. You might have emotions coming up. You might have different thoughts taking place in your brain. Okay. And then number three is something that I've recently discovered. It's called myofascial release therapy, also known as fascia release therapy. Now, when you have trauma, you often have emotions stored in the body. So the fascia release, it feels like a massage. It's actually, in my opinion, I prefer it over an RMT massage. I find it very relaxing. I almost fall asleep when I get it, but it feels really good. It's like pressure on your body, or almost like a squeezing sensations and different things like that. But it feels really good. And that will help to release the trauma that's stored in your body so that you can process those emotions that have been stored in the body. So after a session, you will often have, weird dreams. You will often have emotions coming up, such as anger, sadness, or grief. And those will be coming up so that you can release them, right? So you might have a cry. You might have a day where you feel angry all day, but it's just coming up to be released. It's not meant to stay stuck in your body, right? And a lot of times when things get stuck in your body, emotions and such, they can manifest as other things such as cancers and different things like that. So we want to get rid of all that stuff, right? We don't want to keep it stored in the body. So again, I'll do a recap. So the three things that you need to look into if you've been in trauma that are going to help you the quickest, that are going to be very effective, is number one, trauma-informed therapy. So any kind of trauma program is great. And then number two is EMDR. eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. And number 3, your last one, is myofascial or fascia release therapy. Okay, so a combination of these 3 is going to be highly, highly effective, and you're going to see, rapid changes. With that being said, though, you might have to slow down the amount of therapy that you're getting, right? Because if you do too much at once, that can also be a bad thing, because then your body, doesn't know how to process things in a healthy time frame, and sometimes you can have dissociation symptoms, right? So you definitely want to make sure, maybe start with one at a time. I wouldn't do them all at the same time. I would do one at a time. And then when you feel, that you're done with the first one, you can move on to the second one. And you'll know if it's too much. If you start feeling very overwhelmed by what's coming up, then all you have to do is basically just take a step back and reduce your amount of sessions. So if you started going like once every 2 weeks and you found that was bringing up too much to be dealt with, then you can always, go down to once a month for your treatments and your sessions, so that you have time to process what's coming up and then integrate those changes. Okay. So, and you can talk to whoever, you're working with, the EMDR counselor or social worker. You can ask them, they'll be able to guide you too on how frequently to come see them based on what's coming up for you and what you're experiencing in the sessions. The myofascial release specialist, you can ask them, tell them what you're experiencing from the session. They can guide you on how often to come see them. And if they don't know how to do that, then you can always, contact a counselor and ask them. And for the trauma therapy, that can be in a very intensive program too, where you will have a lot coming up and things can be overwhelming some days. So you can just, get some individual counseling through the trauma program to, talk about the things that are coming up, or to even talk about what's coming up with your classmates that you're doing the trauma therapy with, okay? Because usually these are group therapy, trauma therapy sessions where you meet other people in the program that are also, they also have trauma, and they talk about their traumatic experiences. So it's highly effective because you get a lot out of it. You see other people have went through similar things to you, so you feel like you can really relate to a lot of the other people in your group, and you help each other, and the teacher helps you. It's a wonderful experience, and it's very very effective as well. And by the end of it, you see the big time change in yourself. So I recommend any of these 3 things. So anyways, I hope this was useful to you. If it was, please give it a like. Please share this with someone that, is going to benefit from this. This could help a lot of people to know this information, and also, especially if they have trauma. So please do share, and please subscribe to my channel, guys, for more videos like this. Love and light. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.